So I went to high school at Stony Creek High School, which is in Rochester, about like 15 minutes away from OU. And that's a predominantly very conservative, very white area. I went to a middle school where I think there was 2 people who weren't white in the whole 9 years I was there. And then when I got to high school, my friends was, he's still one of my best friends today, his name's Safwan, and his family's from Pakistan. And as a joke, this kid would call me Abdul all the time. And
growing up, everyone always assumed I was good at math because I was Asian, and that's not true.
Alright, so I was at the mall with 2 of my really good friends there, larger men who identify as black, and it was around prom time, so we went into a tuxedo store, and it was ran by a Russian man who immediately walked out to the front as they were looking at their tuxedos that they wanted to rent, and told us to get out and stop messing around, because we were only going to cause trouble for him.
I went to Chippewa Valley High School, which is located in Penfield Township. It's a predominantly white area. It is a school choice area, which means there was some black kids from Detroit who came to my school. So I sat just having a lunch table in the lunchroom. I sit with lunch table with some of my friends, and this kid, his name was Chris, he would always make these jokes. He was sort of like a class clown, but a lot more racial humor. And so one day he was just like, what if I went to a table like it was usually filled with black kids and just put a sign that says whites only on it, and everybody was like, don't do that, that's a bad idea.
People always ask me if I like fried chicken because I'm African American.
One day I was waiting on tables, and then this lady that I was waiting on, she just like complimented me, and she was just telling me how like I was so civilized, and that she even went to the point where she asked me like, what are my parents, because she didn't believe that I guess I was black because I was too civilized.
My experience for racial stereotypes was about like 3 years ago, or probably like 4 years ago. I was at a gas station pumping gas, and as you know, I'm like Indian and Afghani, so I was pumping gas, and some Caucasian people drove into the gas station, and they came in and they got out their car, and one of them said some racial slurs. You know, I don't want to say it because it's inappropriate, but they said something like that, and then they drove off. And me, I have a big mouth, as you can see. My big mouth was like, why don't you come back over here and say that? But they actually did come back like 10 minutes later, and then it got a little violent, and then the cops had to come, so it was a crazy experience.